I'm over it. I'm so done with the cold. And it looks like it's going to hang around for at least another week or two. But we do have some severe weather chances to talk about today. We got all that and more in your forecast starting now. God, it's so cold. Starting on our warnings map once again, guys. Look how quiet it is across the entire United States. We don't have much going on at all. These are freeze warnings and watches, of course, in Ohio and Indiana, where cold temperatures are expected. We've got some red flag warnings up here in North Dakota and down here in New Mexico as well, where some strong winds could create some fire conditions over the next 24 hours. Else than that, we are quiet. And that will continue at least for the weekend. As you'll notice on Friday, we could get some shower and storm activity down here in the southeast, where we do have a marginal risk for severe storms today on Friday. But once again, those storms shouldn't be too strong. Could get a couple of strong wind gusts, maybe some large hail, a non-zero tornado threat, but I'd be pretty surprised if we saw multiple tornadoes today. As we go into Saturday, notice how that system slides right off the coast from Saturday into Sunday. Chances are you're going to be dry. Enjoy the weekend. Hopefully you get a lot of sun. Where things could change is going into Monday. Notice on Monday morning, we've got this kind of weak low pressure up here that could give some snow to the northern portions of Minnesota and then some rain to upper parts of Michigan and Wisconsin. That'll be where a possible focal point for severe weather comes on Monday. Let's check this out here. This is Monday afternoon. There is that signal right there. There will be a cold front draped along this low, and along that cold front, you'll have some showers and storms that form, some of which could be severe. Now, this was what I was talking about severe weather-wise. Friday today, we do have a marginal risk for some severe storms down here in Florida, eastern North Carolina, eastern South Carolina, but once again, the threat's going to be pretty low. As we go into Saturday, really nothing unless you live out here on the plains, where you could get an elevated storm, maybe some hail, but once again, the risk very low. Same thing for Sunday. Basically no severe risk across the entire United States. The risk doesn't come until Monday. Check it out. We've got this 15% area for, guess where? Ohio into southern Indiana, into northern Kentucky, maybe into West Virginia as well. That'll be where that cold front sweeps through. Primarily it will be a wind and possibly small hail threat. I think there'll be a non-zero tornado threat. I don't think we're looking at a tornado outbreak for Monday. And here's why I'm not really expecting a lot of tornadoes with this storm system, is because you're going to have upper level low here. You'll have a trough that's digging down the United States. That's going to bring a lot of cold air on the back side of it. But when you have this trough, this is a positively tilted trough. So the winds aren't going to be turning much with height. So you're going to have a cold front that's going to be slamming its way through Ohio. That'll be where you get your storms. That'll be where you get your severe weather. Now let's zoom in on this risk and time it out. Begin the day on Monday. We should be precipitation free. Could have some showers and storms up here in northern Michigan. As we go throughout the day, you'll notice a line of storms forms right there that looks pretty weak. And then as we go to the end of the NAM here, the end of the guidance, you'll notice that line continues pushing off to the east. Doesn't look particularly strong, but I'm telling you, some of those storms on Monday could pack some damaging winds. But overall, this is definitely not a high-end threat. Look at the cape on the NAM here. I mean, we're talking about values of 100, 200, right where that risk is. So it's not going to be a lot of energy in the air. It's not going to be very warm. I don't think all the ingredients are going to come together for a widespread severe weather outbreak like we've had the last couple of weeks. Stop what you're doing right now. Pick up your mouse in your hand just like this, throw it in the air, grab it again, hit the subscribe button, and mash the like button, and leave a comment below. Look, someone's leaving a comment. This video is so cool. Wow. Back to you, Stormcat. All right, so let's go back to the Euro here to show you what could happen. After Monday, things are going to calm down once again as this low cranks some very cold air into the eastern United States, and once again is going to give us another cold blast Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. And things are going to stay quiet until the end of next week. Watch as we go into Friday, Saturday. Check it out right there. That is a signal for possibly some severe weather going into the third week of April. So once again, guys, looking at the weekend ahead, should be a beautiful weekend for most, with some cold temperatures in the Northeast. And then going into next week, should be very calm, very dry across a huge swath of the country. And we won't get back to a severe weather pattern until the third week of April. And that's what this model is highlighting right here. This in red and yellow. That is the supercell composite parameter, which basically says, are we going to get supercells? The more red, the more yellow, the more likely supercells are. And that red is the highest you can go. This is for the third week of April, April 18th through April 24th. Looks like severe weather is coming back to the plains in a big way. I kept that same region circled for this. This is the 4th week of April. So this is April 25th through May 1st. And this model is printing out more Supercell for the 4th week of April. The last part of April and the beginning of May looks to be very active once again. All right, so let's check out these cold temperatures and how long are they going to stick around. We're going to be stuck in this pattern of warm in the west and cold in the east for the next week or more. Watch as we go into this weekend. This cold blast takes hold here in the Ohio and Tennessee valleys. We're talking about temperatures of 10 to 20 degrees below normal. That's in green. And then as we go into the beginning part of next week, we do have a bit of a warm up for the east, but don't be fooled. This is like an April Fool's joke. Got all this cold air filtering in from Canada. That's going to make its way into the US on Tuesday and Wednesday. Watch this scary purple. Oh, that is so cold. And then going into next weekend, we likely will have another cold blast. Good. That purple, that's not good. It's not good. Finally, guys, by the time we get to the 3rd week of April, warmth is back. And it should be here to stay as our pattern will flop in a major way. The west being colder than normal and the east being warmer than normal with multiple rounds of severe weather. Well, that's all I got for you today. TGIF, this cat is right. It's Friday. Hopefully you guys all have a wonderful and blessed weekend. As always, find someone this weekend. Tell them you love them. Do something nice for someone. Spread love. This cat has got the vibes. Okay, let's take these vibes all the way through the weekend. Stormcat 5, and I'll see you on the next one.